If you're feeling stuck in life, failing in school, cannot escape your 9 to 5, and you hate the job that you're currently doing, you hate your boss, you hate the commute, you hate not having any financial freedom or time freedom, well, listen up, because a few years ago, I was exactly where you are. And actually, just a couple months ago, I was able to spend a huge amount of money to buy my very own supercar. And I want to share you my journey on how a failing grade, a student that cannot even do good in school, were able to afford something like this in such a short period of time. And hopefully, by looking at all the mistakes that I have made and my experience on how I basically started this own business from scratch, hopefully this video can guide you into your own success story as well.
So during my time in college, I was studying really hard, but the grade just wasn't reflecting my results. In fact, not just in college, it's been like this my whole life. Starting from elementary school, middle school, high school, I have been struggling very hard. I don't believe I'm the dumbest kid in school, but for some reason, I just cannot do good in school, and I cannot figure out the reason why. So by studying the same subject, I have to spend like 3 or 4 times the effort versus anyone else to get the same grade as them. And sometimes I still get worse grade. So that really stuck in my head. Like, if I'm not more stupid than other people, why am I getting such a bad grade? No teacher can answer my questions. And obviously the teacher doesn't like me because I have bad grades, and they are just refusing to help me as well. So during college, I was just a regular university student who are just broke. Just like most of the students out there, we are broke. We have debt to pay for the education that we are getting. At that time, I believe it was around like year 1 of my college, like the freshman year. I was getting like 1.7 GPA, and then there was some courses that I got like 2.3 GPA, which means that like I am just barely at the passing point of not getting kicked out of my program. So if I do any worse, I will basically get kicked out of school that my parents have spent so much money paying my tuitions, and I still have a lot of student debt to pay towards it as well. But the thing is, I grew up in China. That means I know how to speak Chinese fluently, and that made me a lot of Chinese international friends in college. I have to say that those people are rich. They come from a very rich family. Their parents are extremely rich, so then they are able to afford to buy very luxury clothing, designer clothing, luxury products, fancy cars, and just party all day long, and went on like really fantastic vacations through like first class seats. While at that time, I couldn't afford the most basic things. Because I wasn't really good at making food, I have to rely a lot on doing takeouts, and you know how expensive takeout can be. Sometimes I cannot even afford takeouts. So getting influenced by all those friends that I had, all of the luxury things that they bought, buying the cars that I can only dream of. I was really into cars, and they were already buying it at such a young age. So that really influenced me a lot. That really traumatized and made me think that I'm such a failure. Well, in reality, I know that those money didn't come from them. Their parents bought all the things for them, but still, seeing those things every single day really made me feel stuck, made me feel like I am a failure, made me feel like I am just the worst out of everyone else. And for my other smart friends that didn't come from a rich family, they were able to get like a lot of opportunities because of the good grades that they had, because of the good programs that they are enrolling. They were already getting job security right at like year 1 or year 2 of their college life. But because I have such a bad grade, I cannot even guarantee to have a job when I graduate. And these people already have jobs waiting for them at year 2 of their college time. So like, needless to say, year 1 and year 2 of my college life really just was the lowest point of my whole life. I was feeling stuck. I didn't know where to. I don't know what my future is gonna look like. I'm not good at studying. I'm broke. I know that I'm not going to be landing on a good job opportunity, and my grades were too low for me to apply for a master's degree. So at that time, I basically did something anyone has probably tried when they feel stuck in life. They went on Google and be like, how do I make money? How to make money online? How to start a side hustle that makes me millions of dollars? And basically that is where everything gets started turning in my life. So a lot of side hustles, a lot of self-entrepreneurial businesses, a lot of entrepreneurial YouTube videos. I started consuming a lot of those informations, and just in that 1 week, I feel like I've learned more about life, learned more about money, because school never taught me any of those. School never taught me any important financial knowledge. And at that time, I started to feel like maybe this is the path that I should go with. I'm learning so much from all the free information that I can just find online. Then I started to actually doing some of the side hustles Google told me to do. For example, drop shippings. For example, Amazon surveys. For example, flipping products, just like Gary Vee did, doing like garage much flipping stuff and trying to sell some of the things I already have, but I have no use of. Eventually, some of the business, some of the side hustles I tried worked, but nothing was really consistent for me to be like, okay, this is something that I really wanted to do in the future. This is going to continuously make me money down the road and give me some sort of financial security. There wasn't anything like that yet. Well, then I basically stumbled upon something that's called Amazon FBA. And that idea is basically selling real products that I hadn't made and has my own brand logo on that product. And I can utilize one of the biggest e-commerce platforms to sell my products to the massive customer base, while at the same time, I am able to make passive incomes all of the sales that I generate on that platform. So that really gets me excited. And at that time, that business model makes the most sense to me. So I decided to just go all into this business. But there was one big problem. I didn't have a ton of money to start. Now, because I was traveling in Canada by myself and, going to college, my parents will support me to live by giving me $2,000 per month. So that $2,000 per month will cover all of my expenses, my living expenses, getting gas, getting food. But that amount of money really just are able to cover the most basic things in my life. I wasn't able to buy any designer clothes because a designer clothes would just cost me $2,000 already. So I'm not going to starve myself for a month just to buy something that is expensive like that. But at that time, I started to buy groceries and make food for myself. I started saving majority of the money that my parents gave me per month. And also during my high school time, I was very fascinated about the idea of passive income. So I have already started on investing in stocks during high school. So by the time I actually need to start purchasing inventory, I had around $10,000 saved up already. And $10,000 seems like a lot, but if you think about starting your own business, that really isn't a lot of capital to start with. If you're trying to open like a flower shop, if you're trying to open like a cafe shop, if you're trying to open like a clothing shop, those could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars before you even see a dime coming in. Those are the money that you have to invest when you're trying to open up a physical business. But the good thing is Amazon FBA allows me to start with very little amount of starting capital. And it is a business model where I can start extremely small, like $5,000, $10,000 and scale all the way up to $1 million or even beyond too. So because at that point of time, I didn't have anything that I need to worry about. If I have a bed to sleep in and if I have food on the table, that is all the things that I need to get myself going. So at that point of time, I was ready to invest all of my savings into the business that I want to start. And when I tell my friends and my family about I wanted to start my own business, I don't really want to do school anymore. I feel like school is not going to be a good opportunity for me. My friends laughed at me. My parents laughed at me. Nobody believed in me. Everyone thinks that I'm crazy and think that I should just pay more attention in school. Just get a better job. Get a more secure job in the future. Don't start thinking of starting a business. 99% of people who start a business fails. And basically, they are just telling me the things that I already know. Being someone who has made up their mind to start changing their life, to throw out all of the belief that people have for him, I decided to take the biggest risk of my life. I decided to devote all of my focus and attention into starting my own business and devoted all of my savings that I have saved up into this business because I know that if I pay attention in school and I cannot even get good grades, and now that I have a whole new business to start, I know that I am basically giving up in school entirely and basically giving up the job opportunity in the future, a security, high-paying job opportunity in the future, because I know I'm not going to be able to get that. So at that time, I took the biggest risk in my life to start this business. And during that time, I felt extremely lonely. You know how college works. Everyone is just going outside to party. Either they are focusing on finals or they are just partying. They are just on vacations. So at that time, I was basically like a loner. I was basically at my home 24/7 trying to build my business up while most of them are just out there having fun. And the coming part is one of the biggest struggles that a lot of FBA sellers face. But you don't really see this side of a successful FBA seller. All you see on their social media is okay, I bought this car, I went to this vacations, I fly some private plane because of the business that I made. And if you do the same, you get to the same point as well. And what I'm about to show you is the real struggle, the real truth of starting your own business from scratch, from no experience at all. So at the very first beginning, I scoured the internet and tried to learn as much as possible about this business on YouTube, on Google, or anywhere else. And basically, I was trying to use all of the free information to basically start my own business that way. I tried to research my own product using the free methods, and basically, I launched my own very first product using a lot of the basic information that I can find online. But at that time, when I first started on selling on Amazon, I don't see that much great information in there. That is why I wanted to start this YouTube channel that helps people, that I'm going to share all of my experience, all of my knowledge in this channel, so then I am able to help people who want to start an Amazon FBA business like I did, but wants to have good quality, really useful, valued information. So guess what? After I launched that product, I immediately started losing a lot of money with that product because that product was such a saturated product. I didn't have any strong unique selling point. My listing quality was bad. I have no idea how to do any PPC. I have no information about all of that, and that eventually made me fail my own first product. It took me another 60 days to get my stuff manufactured in China, and it took me another 30 days to get the products into Amazon warehouse. So before I actually started selling, I have already spent 4 months of my time, and the next 2 months is the time that I'm trying to sell this product, trying to learn how to do PPC, trying to see how I can do any sort of strategy to make this product work. Well, it all failed. First ever product that I tried to sell on Amazon, it was a complete fail. So starting on my second product, I decided to look for a mentor. I decided to buy courses. There was a lot of gurus at that time as well. And let me tell you that I have actually bought 3 courses for FBA. For the first 2 courses that I purchased, they were actually fake gurus that doesn't know what they're talking about, that they have learned all of their information online and then try to teach you inside of their course. So at that time, the guru basically told everyone, you need to do air shipping. And there is basically 2 types of shipping methods. One is sea shipping and one is air shipping. Sea shipping typically takes around 30 to 40 days to get into Amazon warehouse, while air shipping could take around 7 to 15 days to get to Amazon warehouse. So, and that guru was like, yes, you want to ship all your products through air shipping because it's the quickest. Now that part is correct. Through air shipping, you are able to get the products into Amazon warehouse the quickest way possible. But he did not tell me that air shipping is 10 times more expensive than sea shipping. So basically, I tried to sell my second product using air shipping, and the air shipping basically costs more than the product that I'm actually selling. That eats up all of my profits. So when the product actually starts selling on Amazon, I have no margins left. So every sale that I make, I am losing money on every single sale that I make. So I immediately know that that guru is such a fake guru. Not only that I paid him money, I actually lost so much by listening to his advice. But all of the experience that I have grew me as an Amazon seller, and all of the mistakes and experience that I have was just able to make me grow. And at one point, after failing 2 products, I thought maybe my parents and my friends were actually right. I should have just stayed in school. I should have just continued studying and get a safe job when I graduate. But the good thing is I have good mindset. So instead of quitting, I actually analyzed all of my mistakes and learned all of my mistakes. And I know that if I was able to avoid all this mistake later on, I will have a much more chance of being successful on this business. So I kept it going. And then I basically purchased another 2 courses and launched the 2 products. My third products that I have launched have also failed. I've spent 1.5 to 2 years of my life trying to make this right because I have 0 experience on starting a business from the ground up. And at the same time, I still need to make sure that I pass my exam and graduate from the school because my parents are going to kill me if I don't, even though I know that I'm only getting the grades for them. So after years of testings, after years of launching new products, learning mistakes, learning from new gurus, learning from buying new courses, learning more about Amazon FBA, trying out more methods, I finally was able to make a product work. I optimized the listing, I utilized the most advanced PPC strategies, and sales started coming in and profits started coming in. So that time, I actually see some green numbers showing up in my screen. It's something that is so unbelievable because I was just so used to seeing red. I was so used to losing money. I think losing money was just part of my day. It was just part of my life. It's just so unbelievable to see that number popping up in my screen. At that moment, I know that I have actually made this work. But at that time, I didn't just immediately just take out all the profits that I make from that product. I know that I need to be more patient. I reinvested back into the business so I can order more inventory to continually scale my product up. So even though at that time I was making money, I was still living the same exact lifestyle that I had 2 years ago. And after a year of scaling this product, I was able to reach $100,000 revenue per month. And that was around year 5 5 of my college time. So instead of graduating in just 4 years, I decided to prolong my college time because only by taking fewer classes in college, I was able to focus more on building my own business. And by the time I was graduating in my year 5, I was able to scale my business to $1 million per year. And last year, I was able to finally purchase my dream car, a McLaren supercar, while I see a lot of the graduates just starting to look for jobs that they don't even want. So what this video is trying to tell you is if a broke university student who cannot even do good in school, that cannot even study well, can basically start a business from zero to $1 million per year business and all the way to buying a supercar right at the time that he graduates college, what makes you think that you can do it? You might be smarter than me in school. You might be not as broke as me when I was in school. So if I can do it, you can do that too. And actually, if you want to start this business, I have actually prepared like a full Amazon FBA blueprint, link down below. It's like a 50-page that I made showing you step by step on understanding on how to build your own first Amazon FBA business. Just go to the link down below and grab that blueprint for yourself. You don't need to be doing great in school. You don't need to be doing great in life. You don't need to be making a lot of money from your job, or that you don't need to have rich parents. What you need is strong work ethics. You need to have a strong mindset, patience, and the ability to keep learning. You can achieve any sort of freedom that you want. If there are 3 things that I would definitely do differently if I had to start from scratch from today, is that number 1, I would get a mentor sooner. I would buy a legit course sooner so that I don't have to waste a year of my life based on the most basic knowledge that I can find online. But you're not going to find that sort of information in this channel, because in this channel, I will be sharing all of my knowledge and experience during my experience selling on Amazon FBA. But at the same time, I would try to join a community where a lot of FBA sellers are there, where you can ask questions and answers from successful FBA sellers. Number 2 thing is that I won't waste my money on like random products. I would try to use as much data as possible. For example, I use Healing 10 to do most of my product research right now. And if you want to have a discount code, it's going to be linked down below. So what I would try to do is try to use as much data as possible to validate my product, to make sure my product will actually work. And at the same time, I would try to launch multiple products at the same time. So if I'm looking for a product that sells around $10,000 per month, I would try to launch 2 products that sells around $5,000 per month. So even if one of the product that doesn't work out at the end, the other product which worked out could save me a lot of time and effort. And it will compensate on all of the losses that I made on the other product that doesn't work out. And number 3 thing is that I will not listen to any doubters. I will not listen to my parents. I will not listen to my friends telling me not to start a business. I will just listen to my own guts. I know what's going to be best for me, and that's just what I'm going to continue to do. So if you hate your current 9-to-5 jobs and if you ain't stuck in school, if you know that you're not going to land on a job that makes you millions of dollars, and if you want any sort of freedom in your life, financial freedom, location freedom, you can change it, but only if you take the action. So even if you don't have any money, just like what I did, start learning, start researching, start saving money, start building the business, because from 1 year from now, you will wish that you had started today. And again, if you want to learn about this business, I will have a complete FBA blueprint down below that will be well enough for you to get started on this business, and grab one for yourself. And I will see you on another video. Bye-bye.